Before I explain to you about the question for final exam, I want to introduce myself. My name is Septinur Aulia Darmatia. I'm from TI 42 International.
Question number 2. Okay, the question is, do heavier car really use more gasoline? Suppose a car is chosen at random. Let X be the weight of the car in hundreds of pounds and let Y be the miles per gallon or mpg. The following information is based on data taken from consumer report. Okay, this is a table about the weight of the cars, X in hundreds of pounds and Y the miles per gallon mpg. This is the data X and Y. And we asked to search the plot the scatter diagram, scatter plot, calculate the sample correlation coefficient between X and Y, calculate the least square estimate for estimate intercept A and estimate slope B. Would the null hypothesis that there is no effect of X on Y be rejected at the 5% of level significant? What proportion of the Y variability is explained by the fitted regression line? Okay, actually I have worked question number 2 on paper, but now I will explain to you solve the PowerPoint because I want to make you clear about my explanation. Okay, for the answer number 2, for the question, we know that the table has X and Y data. X is weight of the car in hundreds of pounds and Y is miles per gallon or mpg. And for the alpha is 5% or equal 0.05. For the point A, we determine the scatter plot, and this is the scatter plot. We get the point of scatter plot from the data in table X and Y. And then we calculate this table. I will explain to you in bahasa. Jadi XI dan YI adalah data dari tabel ini. Sehingga X yang 37,375 adalah rata-rata dari data di tabel XI. Dan 20,875 adalah rata-rata di tabel YI. Selanjutnya kita akan menghitung data XI dikurangi dengan rata-ratanya. Sehingga pada kolom pertama, pada baris pertama, yaitu 27 dikurangin dengan 37,375 sehingga mendapatkan hasil minus 10,375 dan kita hitung sampai ke bawah. Selanjutnya dari hasil di tabel ini kita kuadratkan. Sebagai contoh di sini minus 10,375 kita kuadratkan menjadi 107,641. Begitu juga pada YI min Y dan YI min Y kuadrat. Selanjutnya di sini ada hasil dari XI min X dikali dengan YI min Y. Sehingga kita akan jumlahkan semuanya dan kita akan mendapat hasil-hasil berikut ini. Sehingga hasil-hasil berikut ini bisa digunakan pada calculation di equation selanjutnya. Selanjutnya, poin B adalah sample correlation coefficient between X and Y. This is the equation for sample correlation. You can see on the screen. And the table before is make us easier to calculate the R because we have the data or the calculation, the result for each equation. So we can input the result in this equation. So for the R or sample correlation, we get the result minus 0.946. And then we can conclude that correlation value range from -1 to 1. There is a correlation between X and Y with a negative correlation of minus 0.946. It means X and Y have a negative correlation. For the C is intercept and estimate slope. This is the equation for slope, or it called B. Then this is the calculation. We get the result is minus 0.601. For the next is intersect, or it can be called A. This is the equation. Then the result is 43.326. For the point D is about correlation test with significant level alpha equal 5% or 0.05. So we determine the H0 is P equal 0. It means there is no correlation between X and Y. For H1 is P not equal 0. It means there is correlation between X and Y. Then we use statistic test is t-test. So we can search the critical area using distribution of T. V equal N minus 2. In here, N is H, so H minus 2 equals 6. And for the alpha is 5%. So we can calculate the statistic or TH. This is the equation for TH. So we got the result minus 7.148. So we can use the normal graph for find the critical point of R. So we got the result. The conclusion is because TH is equal minus 7.148, it is proven that there is a correlation between X and Y. Okay, the last is proportion of the Y variability. This is the table. Then I will use bahasa. Dari tabel ini kita hanya mencari variability pada Y, sehingga kita menggunakan data pada Y dan juga rata-rata data pada Y, sehingga kita mendapatkan Y regresi, SST dan juga SSR dan SSE. Di sini SSE kita dapat dari pengurangan antara SST dikurangi dengan SSR, sehingga kita mendapatkan SSE 30. Sehingga kita masukkan ke dalam tabel ini, kita sebut source variance. Kita menggunakan nilai SSR, SSE dan juga SST. Di sini SST adalah sebagai total. Model regresi adalah 256,875 sehingga error adalah 30. Sehingga kita dapat mencari R kuadrat dengan rumus SSR dibagi dengan SST dan mendapatkan hasil 0,895 atau 89,5%. Sehingga kita dapat menyimpulkan or we can presume that difference of change in the value of Y or gasoline consumption that occur in real system is 89.5% can be explained by change or difference in car wage. And the second is the remaining 100% minus 89.5% equal 10.5% is unknown and it is a mystery that need to be re-examined. Okay, I think enough for explanation number 2. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.